So we've already spent some time with our puppies and their X pens, building positive associations and teaching them how to move in and out on cue. Now it's time to really start building the most important component of these management tools, which is teaching the puppies how to be calm and quiet. In order to use these management tools effectively in our training program, we need our puppies to be relaxed when they're inside so that they can chill out, work on a toy, and we can get some stuff done around the house. So today we're going to work on teaching your puppies how to relax on a bed and remain quiet while they're inside the X pen. We want to start with a quick warm-up of a lure to make sure our puppy is engaged and ready to learn. I take a piece of food and put it in front of Puppy Tango's mouth and slowly guide him forward using the food. I click the behavior of following the food and deliver the treat. If you haven't already taught the behaviors of sit or down to your puppy, you'll want to begin by warming your puppy up on these behaviors before we bring out the X pen and the bed. We want to start by using that food to guide the puppy into a seated position where I click and treat, and then I ask if the puppy can follow that food into a down, clicking and treating tummy to the bed. Lifting the food up causes the puppy to rock their weight backwards, placing their bum on the ground, and slowly dropping the food down towards the ground and pulling it forward just a hair will make that tummy hit the ground where I click and treat again. A quick warm-up of a few repetitions outside of the X pen will help set your puppy up for success as we start to introduce this skill on a bed in the X pen. Get comfortable with your puppy inside an open X pen by sitting or kneeling on the ground. Use your food lure to guide your puppy over to the bed, lift up to get them into a sit, and click and treat. We want to start by building these nice positive associations that good things happen when they come to the bed. I start by just asking if the puppy can follow the food lure and sit. As the puppy starts to do well, I want to see if they can also offer that down for me, because ultimately, relaxation is best done in a down position. So after a few repetitions where I just click and treat the sit and then toss a treat away as I say free, then I start to click and treat the sit and lure the puppy into a down, clicking and treating before releasing the puppy with a free. You'll want to repeat this process in short mini sessions of 2 to 3 minutes in length until it's really easy for your puppy to find their bed and lay down on it. As your puppy starts doing well with this, you'll want to start to work on changing that picture because we're not always going to be directly next to our puppy. Try moving the mat to a different place in the X pen. You could even close the X pen with you sitting inside. Work on kneeling, and eventually get yourself up into a standing position. Even if your puppy had been offering the down on their own without the food lure, don't be surprised if these small changes in the environment and the picture change the difficulty level for your puppy. This is normal. If you need to, go back to using that food lure to help guide your puppy into position on the mat. Remember throughout this process that we're not using any verbal cues. So I'm not asking the puppy to sit and to lay down. I'm just guiding the puppy over to the bed, getting the behaviors I want with a food lure, and then reinforcing them. After we find success inside the X pen with the puppy, we then start to close the X pen door and make sure the puppy can maintain this position with a barrier between me and them. I stand next to the X pen nice and close and click and drop treats directly to the puppy on the bed. I also want to see how the puppy is feeling emotionally about this. So I toss a treat away to get the puppy off the mat to see if he can come back to the mat on his own. You can see he's aware that the X pen is closed, but there isn't any stress. He's not barking or jumping up on that X pen. I give him just a minute to think about it and explore, and eventually get his attention with a secondary noise like a kissing sound to get those eyeballs back on me and help him find his bed for that reinforcement. Remember that while this might look boring and might look like we're not doing much, this is actually quite a mental workout for your puppy. So remember to keep training sessions really short and offer small breaks in between mini sessions with play, sniffy breaks, potty breaks, and some interaction from you. This will help make sure that your puppy's brain gets the break it needs so it can come back and work on this exercise again. Once you know your puppy can find success in a structured training session, you can begin to use this X-Pen in a real-world scenario. Remember that we haven't built up a lot of duration, distraction, or distance, so help your puppy be successful by staying close. You can prop your X-Pen up near the kitchen while you're cooking, in the office next to your desk, or even move yourself next to the puppy on the floor. The puppy gets to hang out on the bed, and I periodically offer reinforcement for the puppy remaining quiet and calm on the other side of the barrier. When I'm in a structured training session with my puppy, all of my attention tends to be on the puppy, making sure that I'm reinforcing frequently enough to keep the puppy quiet, happy, and comfortable. However, as you start to incorporate this into your real-world routine, remember that you can always relax your criteria and offer alternative forms of enrichment and entertainment to help keep your puppy quiet and happy. Things like food puzzles, frozen Kongs, licky mats, scatter feeding, and snuffle mats are great ways to use meal times to help promote those positive associations and allow for some natural duration building. And we certainly want to relax that criteria if we have other distractions around, like other dogs, other humans, or even children. While my criteria still remains for quiet and calm, I do want to allow the puppy a little bit of freedom in terms of movement, so they can move around the space and they'll continue to get reinforced for that calm and quiet behavior. Keep your training session short and consider providing alternative forms of activity before you work on relaxation to help set your puppy up for success. If they are bundles of energy, relaxation and quiet is going to be nearly impossible. Remember, too, that in these early stages, staying close to the puppy can help tremendously. Not only is your puppy confident because they aren't alone, but you can frequently and easily deliver food reinforcement for all of that calm behavior that you want. I hope that helps you build a little bit of relaxation with your puppy. In the next stages, we're going to be talking more about how to add distance and distraction while still setting your puppy up for success.
You cracked me up.